right, let's approach this case with one of my easy credos. KISS, keep it simple, whatever. You were hired by the defendant to perform at 2 functions that he was producing. What kind of functions were they?
It was a Rap for Peace, part of the Northern California Regional Rap Competitions.
Okay, and you were hired to sort of MC or do a comic routine, is that right?
Yes, and do some of my stand-up act.
All right. The compensation was minimal, $50, is that right?
Very cheap.
And you say you performed?
Excellently.
You performed?
Yes, ma'am.
And he didn't pay you?
Well, you know, I talked about him so bad he finally coughed up $3.
Yeah, you say that. He gave you $3
Yeah.
when you got that. That was after your performance.
Exactly.
Well, so what I find interesting, Miss Malone, is he agreed to pay you $50. He gave you $3, which means he owes you $47, right?
No, he owes me more than that.
Well, that was your...
You know, Your Honor, in the first place, I was working for almost nothing
just
to
to
do
say,
the
but
guy
that,
a favor.
listen, Miss, you agreed to work for $50.
For that particular show, yes.
Fine.
To be compensated more correctly for upcoming shows.
I'm not interested in upcoming shows.
Well, that was part of the verbal agreement.
What I'm telling you is your agreement was for $50 for this show. That's what your complaint
Plus
says.
meals and transportation to the function.
Okay, but you say that transportation was provided.
Yes.
Okay. And he gave you $3, I don't know, which seems like a ridiculous insult, but he gave you $3 for something.
Well, he wasn't going to leave
Now,
without giving me something.
Good. So, did you agree to pay for her meals? Yes or no?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Did you pay for her meals?
No, I did not.
How much were your meals?
Well, I figured meal, what, $20? Maybe less than that, maybe $10 for something to eat?
Listen, we're in a court. Was it 10, 15, or 20? How much did you spend?
I don't price the meals. It's usually already provided.
Fine. So I'll add on another $10 for meals. You don't have a receipt for you.
Your Honor, I spent a lot of time and effort trying to collect from this guy.
Okay. $10 for meals.
For over a year, he's been giving me the runaround.
$47 that he owes you. That's $57. Your lawsuit is for $250, 5 times as much as what he agreed to pay you, so that's a little ridiculous.
Well, that's what he should have been paying me in the first place.
Sure, that comes under the category of shoulda, woulda, coulda. He should have been paying you that much.
Well, you know, the
but
only
you
reason I agreed to work for that amount of money in the first place was because he was going to compensate me better for upcoming shows.
Compensating you better for upcoming gigs that you might do for him is not a contract that one can enforce. So far, why not? Why not? Because that's the law. That's the law.
You know, a verbal agreement is whatever you come to, right?
If she says another word, out of here.
Okay.
Good. Now, you have a cross complaint, Mr. Bell, that's almost as ludicrous as her request for $250. Now, you say that you wanted her for 2 nights.
Yes.
She didn't show up the first night, which caused you to lose money because you had to do the MC job. Don't say.
It's up to you.
Now, just wait 1 minute. Maybe she understood now.
Okay.
She didn't show up the first night, which forced you to take over some of her responsibilities, which left the door uncovered, which means you didn't get a lot of money the first night, and that was her fault because she didn't show up. When she showed up the second night, there weren't any people there.
Correct.
So you didn't make any money to pay her. Is that what you're saying to me?
Yes.
Stupid. That's a ridiculous argument for not paying her. Because if you didn't want her to come the second night, you call her and you say, don't show up on Saturday, you didn't show up on Thursday, I'm not interested. Or Friday, I'm not interested in you showing up for this Saturday show. You didn't do that, did you?
No, I should
Good.
have.
But you didn't. You let her come and you let her perform. Is that correct?
Yes.
Very good. Even though nobody was there, you let her go up on the stage and perform. Is that right?
Exactly.
So your countersuit is stupid, your whole complaint is stupid, but I am awarding you what he promised he would pay you, which he agreed in his answer that he promised to pay you, which was the $50. You agree he gave you 3, that's 47, 10 for meal, 57, judgment for the plaintiff, that's all.
Well, I just excuse you, miss. Step out.